Hi, I'm Chris Lewis, firefighter for the Lakeville Fire Department, and welcome to another edition of On Call. The goal of this program is to educate and inform the citizens of Lakeville about how Lakeville's all-volunteer fire department trains in response to emergencies. Let's take a look at what's coming up on this edition of On Call. We will head up to our ABLE training facility in Burnsville for some live burn training and find out the future of this joint training facility. Fire Chief Mike Meyer will show us some auto extrication training tactics and tools. We answer another viewer's question and ask the firefighter. I will have all the latest news happenings around the fire department, and Scratch is going to see if he can get fitted for his own SCBA mask. Tonight we're here training at our ABLE training facility with Lieutenant Steve Galinsky from Station 4. Steve, what can you tell us about what is ABLE?
Well, the ABLE training facility is actually a facility shared by Apple Valley, Burnsville, Lakeville, and Egan departments. And it's a great facility that we can share here to do quite a bit of different training. So behind me is our multi-story facility. This facility is not used for any fire simulations, but is used for search and rescue. Multi-floor rescue, we'll use it for training with our ladder trucks, our hand ladders, and search and rescue techniques. We can smoke up that building with artificial smoke to simulate a smoky environment for searches. The other one-story building here is the building that we're using this evening for training, and this is our burn building. It's a concrete building which allows us to burn Class A combustibles. So we're going to be burning wood pallets, cardboard, and hay to get the fire going, but the main combustible this evening will be a pile of pallets. So you can see the smoke is coming from the building. We're actually simulating what would be a basement fire today. So we actually laddered the building. We've taken our crews up onto the top of the building, and they're gaining access to the building through the stairwell. So this would simulate what could be a basement fire in an actual residence.
Okay, so we're doing our burn training. What does the building look like inside?
So the building is all concrete construction, and then we place items that you might find in the house. There's 3 or 4 different rooms that make up the facility, or the one-story facility. Again, we're going to, as the crews enter, their first priority is life safety. So they're going to conduct a search to make sure that the occupants of the basement in this situation are all out of the residence. And on their way through the building, they'll encounter couches and dressers and beds and whatever type of furniture we want to place into the environment. And again, it's a multi-room, so they're going to have to make their way and navigate through the different rooms. And in this case, our fire is actually in the back corner, so it will take them some time to get back to actually the seat of the fire.
Okay, so they'll go searching through, and then they'll find the fire. Are we going to extinguish the fires then, or are we going to?
Yeah, in a real scenario, absolutely, we're going to try to get that fire knocked down and out, and then ventilate the building. But since we're doing training this evening and we want to get all our firefighters in and getting this experience, we'll get to the seat of the fire. We may cool the fire down to a safe temperature, and then the crews will come out and we'll rotate in another crew.
And we'll practice like where we're ventilating the rooms.
Towards the end, we can. I don't think we'll be using any fans tonight, but one of the great things we can do here is hydraulic ventilation. Yeah. So hydraulic ventilation, we actually use the hose nozzle and the water. We create a fog pattern, which creates a low pressure system actually behind the water, and will force the smoke right out of the building.
And it sucks the heat out with it too.
Sucks a lot of heat, and so moving that water not only to get the fire out, but then to get the heat and smoke out of the building.
Okay, otherwise normally I know we've gone in just through these rooms here if we're going to simulate just a first floor fire or anything like that. I know we've done search and rescue where we're bringing people downstairs or upstairs, or
Absolutely, and I think that really shows the flexibility of this building, that we can come and do these different scenarios. This one's a little creative because we're actually climbing a ladder to simulate a basement, which would seem non-intuitive, but it's how we can use these facilities to really simulate these real-life scenarios.
Okay, now I know that this is one of our final trainings at this facility. What's going to happen with our ABLE
It
facility?
is. There's a big project. The 4 cities have been working really hard to really upgrade this facility. Facility's been around for quite a while, before I actually was on the department, and it's really just getting to the end of life. And so it's been in the works for quite a while. This building will come down, I believe, this fall, and they're going to work through the winter to build a new building. Very similar set of needs in the new building. We'll still be able to burn Class A combustibles. Some burn buildings just use natural gas, so they'll simulate all the fires using burners that burn natural gas, and then they'll pump in artificial smoke. The decision for this building will still be Class A combustibles, which really offers a lot more flexibility and very realistic fire scenes, because you're burning real fire combustibles. We will have the ability, though, to pump in additional artificial smoke so that we can keep the fires smaller and still have the really high smoke environment that we'll find in a real structure fire.
Okay, I mean, and I know in addition, for safety reasons, we have like sprinkler systems here.
Yep.
We've got
so this building is sprinkled, and the new building will be sprinkled as well. There's actually one of our crew members will be on site at the sprinkler control, and he can open the sprinkler valve and shut down this fire right now in case of any mishap happening here. Okay. Safety is critical for training. We certainly we want to be safe, keep our firefighters safe, but the only way to get this real life experience is to have real fires.
Okay. Now they're not replacing this just because they want a new building, right? This is kind of falling apart.
Yeah, they've done a lot of maintenance to keep it a safe and functional facility for us, and it's just gotten to a point where there's nothing more can be done other than to rebuild it. And again, the fact that it's a shared facility, I think really says a lot for the fire departments in this area, that they can get organized together, use a shared facility, and kind of share the expenses of such a facility.
All right, fantastic. Well, we're going to go inside. We're going to take our turns burning up stuff. And Steve, thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Was that my exit? There you are, ma'am, all done.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
Thanks again.
Everyday emergency workers, as well as maintenance crews, construction crews, and first drivers work on busy roadways. And every day they're at risk of being killed.
On multi-lane highways, please move over one lane. Our lives depend on you.
Hi, I'm Adam Hartfield, firefighter at Fire Station 1 here in Lakeville. Today's Ask the Firefighter question comes from Ty in Lakeville. He wants to know, why are there red lights outside the fire station? This is a question we hear frequently around the fire station, Ty. The main reason for the red lights here in Lakeville is tradition. There's no clear answer on its origins. The color red has always been associated with signaling in emergency situations. Some say in the old days, volunteers would show up and assemble near the red lamp or lantern and then head out during the emergency situation. Later, on the lighting of a red lamp at some fire stations indicated that the station was staffed or is out on a call. In the Chicago area, there was a nautical connection. Red on the right or starboard and green on the left or port, supposedly aiding the crew on the position of the apparatus in relation to the building. Today it's become more of a traditional than practical device here in Lakeville and in many other departments around the country. Thanks, Ty, for your question. If you have a question for Ask the Firefighter, send it using the information on your screen.
Welcome to another edition of Chief's Corner. I'm here with Lieutenant Jeff Anderson out of Station 3, and we're at daytime training for auto extrication. Thanks, Jeff, for joining me.
Yep.
Can you tell me, why do we do auto extrication?
Well, this is basically just to incorporate into our training subjects throughout the year. This one in particular is done twice a year, and it enables us to be proficient at the actual on-scene extrication of patients from car accidents. So what we're able to do here today is recreate an accident, as you can see, with two vehicles. This is not unlike what we might actually find somewhere in the city in a real-time event. So in this case, we've had two victims that we needed to extricate from the wreckage, and what this provides us is the opportunity to practice a couple different techniques on the best way to extricate the victims. In this case, we had one victim inside of the green car, and we had one trapped underneath the overturned blue vehicle. So right now what the crews are doing, as you can see, is working to lift the blue vehicle off of the victim that's trapped on the ground beneath it. and we've already had a crew extricate the victim that we had in the green vehicle. So by doing this twice a year and sometimes even more, we're able to actually gain proficiency, and we're able to look at new techniques and new ways that may even be more quicker and efficient in terms of extricating people from car accidents. And so that's what we're looking at right now. This particular scenario is set up for us to use sometimes a little bit more in-depth techniques, and that's what we may find at some accident scenes. There may be some as easy as just popping the door and taking the victim out, but this is a little bit more in-depth, takes a little bit more time and more skill involved. So.
You mentioned that we do this twice a year, and is there a reason every station that we have auto extrication twice a year?
Well, we have our training program throughout the year incorporates a number of different subjects, and this one in particular, along with some others, such as what we call a live burn, where we actually go in on a live burn type scenario in a building with real fire. Along with this and some medical training is what's actually required to maintain certification. So our crews maintain certification on a number of different areas related to fire and rescue, and this is one of them that everyone's required to attend twice a year.
Okay, so it's mandatory for every firefighter to attend 2 of these trainings every year.
That's correct, yes.
And being we live in Minnesota, we're kind of limited on our seasons when we can do auto extrication.
Yeah,
so.
it's a little easier weather-wise. We have to be careful sometimes when we plan these training exercises, just in terms of what time of year it is and the weather we have. But that being said, we're well aware of the fact that this type of situation can occur at any time of the year. So we can incorporate that as such, but it's a little easier when we're out on a day like today with decent weather to be able to take our time and try some different techniques and gain proficiency in doing so.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me today and explaining what we're doing today at Monday morning training.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm a dog singing the doggy-doo blues. Dogs must be leashed when out of their own yards. If you're walking a dog, clean up if it leaves a gift. Take the poo and put it in a bag. Throw it out, dispose of the stuff in a sanitary way. Throw it out. If you do this, you'll keep our parks and nature clean. Be a responsible pet owner and clean up after your dog. I know I would.
Now it's time to highlight some recent news around the fire department. 5 firefighters were recently recognized at a city council meeting for their accomplishments within the department. 3 probationary officers, Dan Lowe, Matt Rutherford, and Melissa Schmidt, took their oath of office, officially ending their 2-year rookie training and became regular firefighters within the department. In addition, firefighter Jeff Anderson was sworn in as lieutenant at Station 3. Jeff has been on the department for 21 years. And Todd Munson was recognized as a new engineer at Station 3. Congratulations to Dan, Matt, Melissa, Jeff, and Todd on their new appointments. Every year, the fire department, along with Lakeville Police, Alina Medical Transportation, North Memorial Air Care, and White's Funeral Home puts on a mock crash at either one of the high schools to demonstrate the consequences of drinking and driving. Students and staff participate in the crash, making it like a real accident scene where people are injured and dead. LFD does extrication of victims from the vehicles and assisting getting them to other emergency services. The mock crash can be very emotional for people watching, but hopefully they take away the importance of not drinking and driving and the consequences that occur from bad decision making. This fall, Lakeville Fire will hold its Fire Citizens Academy. This allows residents of Lakeville to experience many of the same tasks that firefighters go through on calls, such as car fire and extrication, medical response, live burns, hose and tool drills, and more. If you are interested in participating in this year's Citizens Academy, look for details on the city's website or call the Fire Administration. Now let's take a look at some of the recent calls LFD has responded to. Firefighters were called out to several grass fires in the city so far this year. Even though we've had some significant rainfall, there has been some dry spells that is increasing the risk for grass fires. LFD has been able to extinguish them so far with no loss of property. Please don't throw cigarette butts out the window and make sure to extinguish all recreational fires completely. LFD was called out to the report of a garbage truck on fire along I-35 just south of the 195th Street Bridge. When emergency personnel arrived, they found a Lakeville sanitation truck with its cab and engine compartment fully engulfed in flames. Firefighters from stations 1, 3, and 4 responded to the scene and quickly put out the fire. Lakeville Police, State Patrol, and the Minnesota Department of Transportation assisted at the incident. No one was injured, but traffic was reduced to one lane going southbound until the truck could be safely removed. And that is some of the latest news happenings around LFD.
Everyone, it is I, Scratch the Fire Dog, because I like to scratch out the fires. Hey, I'm at fire station number 1, and joining me today is Jay O'Connell. How are you doing today, Jay?
I'm doing good, Scratch. How are you?
Very good. Well, how are you? Haven't seen you for a while.
It's a little hot out today.
Have you been hiding from me, Jay?
Yes.
I know, it's the doggy breath, isn't it? Hey, Jay, I got a big question for you today. I saw some of the Lakeville firefighters going into a fire recently, and it was filled with smoke, and I was going, those guys can't go in there without having some type of breathing device. And I think I see one right here. I want to find out, how do they go into fires and still breathe without passing out, Jay?
Well, you are correct. We talk to kids, and we say, you can't breathe smoke, can you?
No way.
No. So firefighters, we have to wear an air pack. We take this in with us. It goes on our back, okay? And while we use this, we need a mask.
What's inside it?
It's just fresh air.
Oh, how do you get the fresh air in there?
We actually use...
Do I breathe in it like this?
That wouldn't give us much air.
No?
So we use air compressor and some cylinders. And that's how we get the pressure into this high pressure bottle.
Oh, I get it now. Very good. And how long does that tank last if someone's fighting a fire?
It really depends, but more than likely you get about 30 minutes out of a bottle.
That's pretty good. And then they switch around, and then do you have something that you can refill the oxygen in here on one of the trucks?
It's not oxygen. It's fresh air. Oxygen would explode.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So we got fresh air. Yes, we can refill it on the rescue truck out of Station 1, or we can refill it in the room.
Oh, very good. Now, and they wear this on the back, and do they know when it's going to run out of gas or air?
Air.
Yeah.
Yes, we have gauges on here.
Yeah.
That can show us how much time we have left.
Oh, you know, I was at the fire once, and I heard all these bells going off. Is that what it's indicating, that you're
got
getting
a bell
empty?
right here, and that goes off, and I can touch it, so I know that it's the bell on my air pack.
Did you
And
clean
once
that
that's
bell?
going off, I got to get out of the house because I'm running out of air.
Gotcha. Do you have to keep that bell specially clean so it doesn't jam up?
No, I don't, actually.
No? Okay, well, that's good.
But if you want to, you could lick it.
It's too hot today. Maybe when it's colder out. Hey, now what is that you have in your hand there, Jay? It looks like a scary Halloween mask.
Well, this is the mask that you have to wear to connect into get the fresh air.
Oh, so you don't just put your mouth over like an open pipe to get the fresh air?
No, because the air would come in around your nose and around the sides of your face.
Oh, gotcha.
So we've got the air coupler that you want to click in, and then you can breathe that way.
That's a very fancy. Now, is this some new equipment that the fire department has gotten recently, or replacement gear?
Yes, relatively new. We got this, I believe, about a year ago.
Ah, and do the firefighters like this much better?
Yes, they do like this one better. It's a smaller bottle, a little bit lighter on our backs when we go in. So
cool. Now, how would I get? Let's pretend. We're going to pretend now with Jay. Let's see if he can do it. Jay, let's say that I need to get fitted for a mask to be on the fire squad or team. How would you get that to be specially measured? Is it one size fits all?
No, there's actual different sizes, small, medium, and large.
Yeah.
And you actually have to be fit tested for these, so that.
What does that mean?
So that your seal goes around your side of your face. So if you look at most firefighters, they only have like a mustache. They don't have a full beard.
Like me.
So I don't think it'll work on you, Scratch.
But I could be seal tested. Watch this. I can do a seal. Is that the good SEAL test?
No, not that kind of a seal.
Well, Jay, could you show me how you do a real SEAL test?
Yeah, we've got 2 firefighters today that we can show you how that works.
Well, let's go to it. I'm going to do my SEAL again. Or. All righty, we have now moved inside to get the correct measurements for one of the firefighters' masks. Is that correct, Jay?
Yep, it's the annual fit testing.
All right, well, why don't you talk me through the fit testing, Jay?
So the firefighter, you see, he's got the mask on.
It's kind
and
of
we
scary.
pulled the straps tight on the top, all right, and the sides, so that this seal fits right to his face.
Good.
Now they're using the filter in here to pressurize and make sure that no air is coming in or leaking out, because if he's in a fire, those bad particles could come in and get into his breathing.
And you don't want those to get in there.
We don't want that to get in there.
No.
We want a tight seal to keep all the bad stuff out and the fresh air coming from the bottle up into the mask. So we always got good fresh air.
Very good. Now, what is the test telling us? Does he need a smaller, bigger mask, or is this one just right?
Actually, most people are in a medium-sized mask, and that's what they're testing on this one. It shows that you fit to that mask. So when you're going into a fire, you got to make sure you have a medium mask on.
Oh, very
so
good.
if your mask fails or something like that, you can get another medium mask, and then you can go back in.
I would need an extra large one because I got the big head.
Yours, we might go extra small on you.
And hey, and you know what I've decided? I don't think I could be a firefighter, Jay. You want to know why?
You have too much hair.
That's right. If I would take one of these fit tests, I'd have to shave my whole face.
We could just shave right down the side.
Ah! Well, hey, Jay.
Like a goatee.
Oh, that would be scary. I just don't want my mustache. Do you like
might
my
have to
mustache?
trim that up. That's a little too long to get inside the mask.
Oh, is it against the regulations?
Yes.
Not the regulation length? Hey, Jay, anything else you want to tell us about this fit testing?
Well, just that every firefighter has to do it every year to make sure you're in physical fit and that you can wear that mask when you go inside of a house.
Very good. Well, thank you, Jay, and thank you, firefighters over here, for demonstrating the masks. And I can tell you, I'm not going to wear those, so too bad. I'm just going to be the mascot around here, all right?
All right.
Thanks a lot, Jay. And hey, were you going to say something? Hey, I was going to start my end, and then you blew it.
Try again.
I will try again. You ready? You done talking? You sure?
Yes.
Oh, now you're beeping. That's all right. Hey, thanks everybody for watching this segment, and we'll see you next time, because Scratch likes to scratch out the fires. We'll see you next time, everybody. Hey, Jay, let's try the mask on you.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of On Call. If you have questions, comments, an idea for the program, or want to send a question in for Ask the Firefighter, feel free to call us at 952-985-4700 or use the email address at the bottom of your screen. Thanks for joining us, and all fire units are clear.
Hey, my dad and I went on a bike ride yesterday.
Well, my dad makes me feel uncomfortable.
My dad says he can't wait to see me in the play I'm in.
Well, my dad makes me keep a lot of secrets.
My dad played catch with me and told me he loved me.
Well, sometimes my dad... I don't want to talk about it.
Getting abused by anyone is nothing to brag about. Stop the abuse before it's too late.